So it's official. I have a job starting Friday at 4 at Papa John's. And so I was making $8 an hour from Eric at the Farmington building, which is funny is one of the guys named Vin that I was working with was actually just working here not that long ago. And the owner here knows Vin. And said the same thing about Vin that I thought. Really high strung and was a dick to everyone. But he had a good heart, you know. He had a good heart. That's just who he was, you know. I liked Vin. Vin was, you know, he told you how it was, you know. He had no filter, and that kind of was his problem, is the no filter. It was too much sometimes. It would be overwhelming, and he would, you know. But he also worked very hard too, and I understand why he would vet the way he vented, because Eric would dump everything off on Vin. And Vin has such an ego, he knows how to do everything. He's like me, you know, I was like him when I was 20, you know what I mean? I was just like that, just, you know, the same exact way. So he's in that same phase I went through. But I met my boss. His name is Brandon. He's a Korean. Longest interview I ever had. I'm serious. The longest interview I've ever had. We talked for about an hour. I literally, I feel like I've known him for a long time. I don't know what it was. It was kind of odd, and it was weird. He just turned 33 as well. And he said, what's funny, I didn't think he was 33. I thought he was maybe 25, 26, you know, until I started talking to him. And he said that he thought the same thing. He said he was asking one of the girls here at Papa John's that I seen yesterday when I put the application in how old I was. She said, I don't know, maybe mid-20s. No, dude, I'm going to be 40 in a couple years, 35 soon. It quick, happens fast. But so I'm looking for something that a job that can be supplemental to what it is that I am doing, and something that I can really put my effort into and be appreciated for what it is that I do. And I'm looking for a place that evolves around food, where I can not necessarily stay making food, but move on up in the company and possibly do more for the company than just deliver, like computer stuff, that type of stuff, marketing stuff, business stuff, that type of stuff, consulting, what I'm good at, those type of stuff, pen work, contract work, which eventually I'll show everybody later on down the road. You guys will see all that stuff. I'll be recording contract deals that I make with people, and what to say and how to say it, what to do and why you would do, and we're gonna have discussions about these things and all that stuff. You guys are getting let into my life, which I spoke to Brandon. I said, Brandon, you gotta be alright with me, one, not only leaving possibly in 6 months or less, but you got to be okay with your store being publicly viewed on YouTube and Facebook. And he had no problem with that. He actually seemed like he was intrigued by it. And then I told him what it is that I was doing with my YouTube and stuff, and he said normally he wouldn't hire somebody that would tell them that they're leaving in 6 months. But he said, after speaking with me, his thoughts, he said that he would feel stupid not to hire someone that is like me, that carries himself in such well-spoken, in a sense. He knows that I'm going to perform. He knows I'm going to be productive. He knows I'm going to be an asset to what it is that he has going on. Which I told him my whole life story. Which he told me, he was like, I feel like you told me your whole life story, which that's what it's called, Life Stories Perspectives. He's like, no, I gotta tell you my story. He's like, and you're gonna fucking hear it. You're listening. I heard it. He didn't say it like that, I'm joking. But no, I'm happy I heard it. He was adopted. And he was adopted by a white family. He's from Korea. And from Ohio. Yeah. Right below Toledo. So, Bowling Green, he said. He's from Bowling Green, Ohio. And he has a wife. And they're married. And right out of college, he said he had an opportunity at some pizza place. And Papa John's type deal. And him and his wife ended up into the business. And he said that he was there for a couple years or something like that. And they ended up selling it. Because of some issues. They weren't happy with the way the franchise was being ran, because it was part ownership type deal. So him and his wife were looking for another opportunity in a sense, and came across one in Michigan, up north. To them, this is up north. So he said, I had opportunity up north, me and my wife, and to take ownership of Papa John's that they were, letting go. It needed an owner, and it needed a good owner. So now he runs multiple Papa John's. He owns multiple Papa John's, not only here in Michigan, but also in Ohio. And I told him I would love, first start with the pizza. I'll show you who I am. I can produce and I can be productive, who I am, what I can do for you. And I would love to shine light on whatever it is, you would like me to shine light on, the store and what it is you have going on. I told him I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be looking for businesses as I travel the country to work in, and let these family-owned businesses let me in for a couple months at a time while I look for provisions to restock my boat or my vehicle as I travel the country, or countries, the world, which will be all documented here on YouTube, on all my devices that I'm purchasing. I'm spending so much fucking money on all these laptops. I got so much going on. I got 3 laptops, the camera. So I got my other laptop back finally. But yeah, I start Friday, 4 o'clock. He said if he gets some opportunity where I can come in earlier, he'll call me. So I have this other machine. This is my other laptop. I gotta get it charged up, but I just got it back yesterday. This is the one that I'm gonna be doing most of the video editing on. The weather stuff. This is the powerhouse. The IBM ThinkPad has the video card, the T2000 graphics, the developing card with Windows 11 on it. This one, it's stupid because this machine is totally capable of running Windows 11. It is. It's got an i7 on it with 32 gigs of RAM, and it's a XPS, a Dell XPS, and it has a 4K screen on it. It's got a 4K screen on it. It's a Dell XPS. It's got an i7, 32 gigs of RAM. It's an amazing machine. I have the dock for it, which there's only one dock that worked for it, the Dell dock, which I bought a refurbished one. But this machine, man, it has Windows 10 on it, and I got a lot of stuff that I've been developing on it. It's a really good machine. I'm happy to have it back. So this is going to be doing a lot of stuff. But she will outperform, definitely. She'll crunch numbers. She'll outperform the IBM ThinkPad. The IBM ThinkPad is an Intel Xeon 2.8 gigahertz quad core. This was the XPS 159550. It's got an NVIDIA graphics card in it as well. I could play GTA 5 on it. I could play games on it. But it's not gonna be not like that Dell Xeon. This has got more processing power, CPU power. The IBM ThinkPad I have that had the Windows 11 has definitely more graphics power. And that's why I bought it, really, is because of the graphics card in Windows 11. That's the only reason why I bought it, honestly. Well, it was a ThinkPad too. But because I already have this, I didn't really need it in a sense. But I did because I needed Windows 11. Now, I could have just kept this machine and ran VMware Workstation or VirtualBox, and I could have ran Windows 11 in a virtual machine, like an emulator, which basically emulates another PC. So you basically you have a computer within a computer. I could have done that, but that's not going to be good for me for developing purposes when I still needed a machine that had more graphics power. This machine, I got a really good deal on it. That's why I happened to get it, and I was kind of rolling my dice on the graphics card, because of the price I was paying for it. I knew it was a good laptop. I was getting way more I was getting a lot of machine for the money I was paying for it, but it still wasn't enough. And because the UEFI on the laptop doesn't support Windows 11, and I wanted to do all the stuff for the weather, I want to be able to report the weather as I travel. I want to develop for Windows 11 for the Eden Reforestation Project, along many other things like Azure and Java and Visual Studio. And Visual Studio really, really, really has everything I need for Android development as well, as I have been developing. So that's why I went and got the IBM ThinkPad as well. I paid that $300 for it in another video, a past video. But now I have this, so now I can actually start getting stuff done. I have the job to provide for food and money for this vehicle. So now I have to get everything together, get all this gear together, and I got to figure out basically where I'm going to put it in the car, where it's going to be plugged in, because I'm going to be chasing weather in the car here too. I'm going to be recording weather here too in this car. There's going to be weather sensors on this car, a bunch of stuff. This is the precursor of the boat. I'm basically going to have a ground unit and a water unit, a floating unit, and a unit on wheels. Yeah, it's like my laboratory on wheels. I'm gonna have two of them. That's exactly what it is. It's a house, a science laboratory. That's exactly what I have in here. So I gotta get all these machines, all these computers. I gotta get the power, the lithium-ion batteries in the back. I gotta get a cat bed for up there for her, which I have a feeling she's just gonna lay up there anyways. So I don't know. We'll see what she does. But I might get a camera in here too as well, like mounting up here so I can talk too. I'm gonna make it easy for me to record and get microphones in here and stuff for the car. So when I'm driving, we can do Bible studies while I drive, that type of stuff. I could do podcasts remotely. So that's another thing I got to work on. I'm gonna be doing a podcast with people, while they're in another state, another place in the world. And I got to be able to connect with these people remotely and have a podcast. I don't know if I'm going to use like Discord or whatever it is. So that's another reason why I got a Windows 11 machine. So, it's very possible that I might be getting another Windows 11 machine and putting it in here as well with the webcam. I was thinking about the screen right here, the computer that I have that runs the car, the engine management system. I have a feeling I'm going to be developing it in Windows 11, and then partly developing some stuff in Linux as well for some like Raspberry Pi Arduino projects. Because I want to be able to pop my doors open. I want to be able to like have my favorite playlist of music turn on. I want to be able to do a lot of different cool things inside this vehicle and outside of the vehicle, like connect to this vehicle wirelessly. For instance, like the phone, right? My phone that's in my hand I'm speaking to right now. I can walk up to the car and my Bluetooth be on, right? My car, the door handles would be shaved, or it would be a door popper. I can push the button on the car alarm, it'll pop open. Or if my phone is in my pocket, the Bluetooth will I get anywhere near my car, about 15 feet, 10 feet, whatever I program it to. I can put like a pin in, I can open up an app on my phone, or I could just have it, I could get closer, pop it open. That would get annoying though. Every time I get close to my car, it would pop. So, you know, whatever I decide to come up with, I can do that with a Raspberry Pi or an Arduino, instead of just buying a kit. So those are the type of projects you guys will be seeing as well on this channel. As I get the stuff and get the parts and get the equipment and then start installing it. Right now, obviously, I gotta have a place to put my stuff. I'm still working on getting my stuff in a storage unit, which working for the gentleman in Farmington named Eric, fucking me over on the paycheck. Even though he did pay me, he just manipulated hours. It really set me back. So now my stuff is going to be in the storage unit for a little bit longer. But I have a job, so I'm not worried about all that. I have half a tank of gas and like $20 on me, and I got to make it till Friday. What is today? Today is Tuesday, so I got to make it 2 days with $20. So I got to find some type of work. Something to do, and I can't be driving around a lot. So I'm going to be at Planet Fitness for the next 2 days a lot. Trying to find work, and I'm going to be trying to possibly get my truck still in the storage unit, if I could come up with some money. I got to figure out how to make some money. I still have stuff for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody called me for the deck lid. No, the hood for the Geo Metro. I thought it was a deck lid, but no, it was for the hood. And I messaged them back. I said, yeah, I got it. They were asking if I still had the hinges, which the hood still has the hinges, but it doesn't have the latch. The latch I cut out. I was going to rebuild that. I never rewelded it, and the car was took in by the U.S. Marshals. So, yeah, I have a deck lid and a hood for sale. I told the guy, the hood was listed for $200, the deck lid I think for like $200. I don't know, something like that. I told him, look man, bring me $150, I'll give you the hood and the deck lid, because I forgot about the latch. So I have never got a response. It's been like 2 days. So yeah, I got all that stuff. I might go list some of my furniture again, other than my table. I'm thinking about listing that dresser. That's what I'm about to go do, is go list that dresser. Since I got rid of the other one, I'm gonna go list it for like $200. See if I can get 150, 200 out of it. Get me through the day, and then the next 2 days give me gas, and I can go buy boards and stuff. And I gotta come up with like $200 in the next couple days too for my insurance. I was planning on using some of that money that I was supposed to get paid from Cottage Inn that I just got screwed out of. I was supposed to have at least $1,000, man. I only got $600. He screwed me out of like a $400. So I was gonna use that $400 and use $200 of it to pay my car insurance. I only had $400 to put down on car insurance, so my payment is a little bit higher, which the state of Michigan is under investigation for high insurance rates. Michigan is being raped, or there's so much fraud going on when it comes to insurance in the state of Michigan. It's ridiculous. It is. It's bad. But I'm gonna go make some money, at least work on it, and then spend some time alone with myself. I think I'm gonna take the time today for myself and not make any much videos. I will make a video, obviously, but I need to slow down today. It's a gloomy day. I wanna kind of just smoke and read the Bible, and I'm gonna go do yoga. Spend time with my cat. My cat has been sleeping all day. She's got a really bad ear infection. I'm gonna go clean that up too. That's kind of what has been in my mind all day. So yesterday was bad. Like, it was like a big chunk of scab in her ear. I broke it off, like I peeled it off, and I couldn't see anything down in her ear. Well, this morning I woke her up and at Starbucks, and I had her between my legs, and I opened up her ear, and you could see all the guck, all the pus. It's bad again. And I opened up her ear, I peeled her ear back, and I squeezed her ear, like, push like that, and I watched all of it just pour out. It was a lot. Like, I had to grab the tissue, like about 3 or 4 tissues of just pus and blood. So she's in a lot of pain. So I'm gonna get her fixed up. I'm gonna hook her up today. That's what she's about to get. She's about to get hooked up today. I gotta get hydrogen peroxide, and I gotta go get some type of, not Vaseline, because I got Vaseline. I put Vaseline in there to keep it covered. That's not enough. She really needs is antibiotics. I gotta find somebody that has some old antibiotics. Thinking about stop by my grandma's, but I don't want to ask my grandma for anything like that. I don't even want to go over there after the situation that happened yesterday with my uncle. I'm so sick of that family and how they treat me. Not my grandma. My grandma's starting to understand what it is I ask, what it is I expect from family. That's how family should be. My uncle doesn't know how to be family. I've always liked that property for some reason. I don't know why. Every time I've driven by it my whole life, that it's always been for sale. I've always liked Livonia, but I hate Livonia police. They're the most racist police force in the nation. Every time I've been arrested in Livonia, Michigan, there's always been some black person cuffed up, beat the fuck up, bloody, fucked up. I'm telling you, like, this is not normal kind of brutality. Listen, people in Livonia does not play. They don't play around, and they're racist, and they also are one of the biggest ticketing police forces, traffic enforcers, sting enforcers. They like to set up stings on 275. They're one of the most known officers departments in the nation. They're like the gold standard, you know what I mean? That's all the police officers, they all look up to Livonia. Like, everybody wants to be like Livonia. And what it is a lot of them are ex-military ex-military fucking skinheads, fucking retards, stupid motherfucking retards, dumb as fuck. Listen, man, I'm telling you, if I ever come across one of these police officers that I'm talking about, if I ever see this man, let's just say I hope I don't see this man. He's not an officer, we'll just leave it at that. He is a criminal, and he's hiding behind his